sundown to sunset. Now, it's all in the air. You hear it everywhere. No matter what you do, it's gonna grab a hold on you. California soul. California soul. The sun comes up every morning now, and if you listen, oh, so carefully, the winds that ride on the high tide whistles a melody, so the people started to sing, and that's how the surf gave birth, I'm told, to California soul. California soul. When you hear the beat, you wanna pat your feet, and you got to move, 'cause it's really such a groove now. It's a brand new kind of thinking in your mind, and you can't go wrong, 'cause you're grooving all day long. California soul. California soul. We have a melody and the beat, y'all, but it didn't seem complete, yes, until they saw two lovers kissing. Oh, sure, they knew just what was missing. So happy they were rocking and reeling, because they had added that loving feeling to California soul. California soul. Might as well get with it. The sound you hear, the fingers in your ear. Oh, just get up and get it. Early in the morning till the sun goes down. It's in the air, it's in the air. Oh, it's gonna rain.
This is a man's world. This is a man's world. But it wouldn't be nothing, nothing without a woman or a girl. You see, man made the cars to take us over the road.
From Oracle Park in San Francisco, MLB The Show with a good one coming at you. It's the New York Mets taking on the San Francisco Giants. John Shambi alongside Chris Singleton singing "This Might Be My Favorite Ballpark in the Game."
Just looking out over the bay, seeing the boats in the water. Beautiful ballpark, a great atmosphere. Don't get it twisted. San Francisco Giants fans, bring it.
And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. Just about set to go. And our pitcher tonight, number 67.
Well, he's not a rookie, but still very young in this game, learning his craft. I think the key is getting consistent reps and the opportunity to develop his stuff. Looking forward to watching him pitch in this one.
Now at the plate, Brandon
Leading off
Nimmo.
tonight for the Mets, the left fielder, Brandon Nimmo.
The pitch. Fastball in for a strike, and we are underway. That misses the zone. Ball one. And fires in a fastball at 95. kicks and deals. Fights that one away. Still 1-2. The pitch. On its way to the corner. And that's a foul ball. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Pulled the string on the changeup. Starling Marte up to hit. That's in there. Strike one. Right-hander kicks, deals.
Ball. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And there's a rocket into the outfield. Now he'll turn for second. And he's in with a stand-up double.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. I love the approach he had right there with that pitch. Not trying to do too much, but still looking to drive it, and that's exactly what he's able to do into the opposite field gap for the double.
Here's Francisco Lindor. The shortstop takes the ball.
Oh, here's a game Lindor will never forget. One night in July of 2023, he went 5 for 5 with a home run, 2 triples, and he scored 3 runs. That stat line is so rare, only one other player has done it. Guess who? Willie Mays in 1958.
Fouled off. He was late.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
Man at second. And a foul ball. Hit hard on the ground to short. Tosses to first. Lindor retired. Let's take a peek at the Mets lineup here. And Chris, this group has been struggling to put up runs lately.
Well, they haven't been on base a ton, and even when they are, they haven't been hitting very well with runners on base. So they need a player or two to really step up, have some quality at bats, hit according to the situation, and sort of break out of this. I think if they do, the rest of this lineup will follow.
And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. Two outs and one in scoring position. Foul back our way, and that's out of play. The 1-1. This to third. Zips it to first. And that is the inning. Mets strand one, and now we'll see what the Giants can do. No score. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Back here in San Francisco. And on the mound today, Jose Quintana.
Well, that 12-6 curveball explodes out of the hand, and because he's able to throw the high fastball at the top of the strike zone for a strike, hitters commit to that pitch, and before they know it, they're swinging over the top of that curveball.
Here's the center fielder, Austin Slater. And he deals. Laced down the line, and now maybe extra bases. Around first, heading for two. And he's got a leadoff double.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
And now it's Wilmer Flores. Pitch is in the dirt. 1-0. And now the lefty. Crushed. Left center field. This one's deep. Forget it. A gigantic blast. And they add a pair. It's 2-0. Singy, he's been waiting for this moment to finally come.
Well, we knew it would come eventually, and I wouldn't be shocked to see him go on a nice little run at the plate, hitting some balls out of the ballpark. Got that monkey off his back. Well, he put a really nice swing on that one, and everything was on time, took a direct path to the ball, excellent extension, and just drove it out of here. Nothing better than when the ball jumps off your bat like that.
Mike Yastrzemski up here. And that's in there for strike one.
Part of the order coming through now, and with one home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
And a pitch. On the ground to first, and he can't come up with it. But the throw to first gets him easily, and that's the first out. Take a look at the lineup. The challenge for him today, Singy, elevating the baseball against this sinker baller that's on the mound.
Yeah, that's the challenge, but it also might affect the way they approach base running in this one, Boog. You get a runner on first, you anticipate trajectory down, and when the ball's in the dirt with a good secondary lead, you break for second. So whether it's a stolen base or not, you stay out of the double play, get that runner in a scoring position, and that can help you put more runs on the board.
BID, ball in dirt. The 0-1. Rip towards third. Tosses to first. And there's two away.
Batting fifth, the third baseman, Matt.
2 outs, base is empty. And here is Matt Chapman. Chapman gets a piece there. That one almost got him. Two outs, base is empty. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Makes the turn and heads for second. And that's a double.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Man at second here with 2 away. Now it's the veteran outfielder, Michael Conforto. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
0-1.
The pitch. Fought off foul. Chapman on at second with 2 down. And right back to the mound. Throws to first, and that'll keep more runs from coming in. Inning over. When the Giants go deep, it's bye-bye, baby. It's now a 2-0 ball game. Back after this on the show. And we're back. Down to third baseman, Brett Beatty.
Third baseman, Brett
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
And the righty deals.
Well, it looks like he's wanting to work the upper part of the strike zone. What does that mean? Top hand better be working for the hitters. Adjust that side a little bit. Give yourself a chance to hit.
Here comes a pitch. High fly ball near the pole. That one is foul. The pitch. Swing and a high fly ball, pretty well struck right field. That's back, and that one is gone. His second of the year, and they're on the scoreboard. It's 2-1.
A fastball might be the most satisfying pitch to hit a home run, and he did it with the pitch outside the zone. Impressive. High fastballs, especially with good velocity, can be really hard to catch up to, but he stays tall, his top hand works extremely well, and he absolutely clobbered it.
Now it's DJ Stewart. That one fouled off. Stewart throws right, bats left. Batting sixth in today's lineup. A former first-round pick back in 2015. Comes up empty. Joe McDonald, our umpire behind the dish.
Yeah, Boog, Joey Mack. Sometimes a little tough to figure out. We may see some hitters and pitchers asking him where a pitch was here or there, but most of the time he keeps it reasonable.
The other way, Chapman zips it across, and that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer.
Batting seventh, the second baseman, Jeff.
And now here's Jeff
McNeil.
McNeil. Chris, baseball today, so many strikeouts, and they are available to pitchers. But this is a guy that puts the bat on the ball and is kind of different from the players that we see day in, day out. And there's a breaking ball that drops in there.
Yeah, his swing is so good. It's in the zone a long time. He gets the barrel to it a lot, and that produces more base hits.
The 1-1 is fouled off. When you look at the elite teams in the game right now, there is going to be the slug, no question about it. But the really good offensive teams combine slug with more contact, with less swing and miss. And that's a fair ball. Around first and hustling for second. The throw in, but he's in there easily.
That was a thing of beauty. He may have been a little behind the pitch, but by getting that barrel into the hitting zone early on in his swing, he was able to meet it and still shoot a line drive down the line and left.
And now Bader up to the plate. Right through there for a strike.
Yeah, and the domino effect of that is running up pitch counts on pitchers and then either getting them to a place of fatigue or getting into the bullpen perhaps before you get to those higher leverage arms at the back end.
Next offering misses. 1-1. One of the things that Jim Leland used to say when I was broadcasting with the Marlins, the longer a plate appearance goes for a batter, the more likely it is that something good will happen for the hitter. The Giants up by a run here at the top of the second. And a swing and a miss. And there's two away.
And he'll be beating himself up on the way back to the dugout. Got a pitch to hit and just couldn't get to it. I think that slider really caught way more of the plate than it was supposed to.
Omar Narvaez at the plate. First pitch, and he just misses. And the 1-0. Slapped hard the other way, but foul. And he'll play it on a bounce. McNeil headed home. He'll score, and they've tied it. It's 2-2.
Well done. Drives in the run. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
Here's Brandon Nimmo. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. There's a strike. Righty delivers. In the air on the infield. Ahmed makes the catch, and that is that. They get 2 and draw even again. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. We are tied 2-2. Bottom of the inning, and digging in for San Francisco, Thairo Estrada.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
Splits the plate, strike 1.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
That one to first, and it goes just foul. He goes down looking.
Well, definitely a borderline pitch right there, and he didn't look too convinced as he headed back to the dugout. You know, those are tough ones to let go as a hitter, but with the human umpire calling balls and strikes, it's always going to be on you to protect yourself with 2 strikes.
So here's Murphy now. And that one fouled off. Out to short, Lindor. In plenty of time to first, and a couple of quick outs.
Batting 9, the shortstop, Nick Ahmed.
Nick Ahmed here to hit.
Ball.
Just missed. Tied up here in the early going. Next offering is in for a strike. Good eye right there.
2 balls, 1 strike.
That one misses. Ball 3. 2 down, nobody on. That pitch clips the outside corner. 3-2 now. That's to third, Baden. Giants go in order. So they make short work of them there. We head on down to the top of the third. We are tied 2-2. On to the third inning. So now here's the Mets DH, Starling Marte.
Marte.
The pitch. Line to right, and that'll be a base hit.
Wasting no time. He's
Now
2 for
back.
2 now on the
The
night,
shortstop.
and just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. And now it's Frankie Lindor. Grounded out to short in his first trip. And that's off
that's it.
the inside edge. And it's 1-0. Runner at first with no outs here. That one's in there. And the count 1-1.
Well, a good slider from an opposite-handed pitcher has to stay in that tunnel just a little bit longer. Otherwise, recognition can cause you to barrel it up. And right there, the hitter clearly couldn't do anything with it.
And a pitch. Swing and a tapper that rolls foul. The 1-2. On the ground right side. 4, 6, 3. And they turn the double play.
Sometimes double plays get turned so quickly that you don't really get to appreciate all of the finer details and how these guys execute them. Right there, really nice footwork, and a good feed to second was the key to pulling it off.
Here's Pete Alonso. Foul ball there. The next offering misses. And now it's even 1-1.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
Drops into the glove, and that's the third out. Home half of the third coming up, all even at 2-2. As we go to the last of the third, Austin Slater stands in. Quintana back to work. And there's a
That's the
ball. Down the left field line, could be extra bases. Around first, heading for 2. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
All over that one right there. Ripped that one down the line and kept it fair. And even when you hit it that far out front, you still have to keep your hands tight to your body so you don't hook around that baseball and put it in foul territory. And that right there was perfect.
Wilmer Flores, the next to hit. He's already homered in this game. That's off the mark, and that is ball 1.
This hitter loves attacking the first pitch, so not giving him something to hit is a good move.
Strike 1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Runner at second, nobody out. Ground ball right side, and that's just foul. Man at second. Breaking ball, and that got him. He had him 1-2, and he ends up hitting him with a pitch. Here comes Mike Yastrzemski to the plate. He's 0 for 1. That clips the corner.
Big at bat right here with an opportunity to do damage. But on the flip side, ground ball, double play, strikeout, that could get the inning back under control on the mound.
At the belt and fires. On the ground, right side, and it finds its way through for a hit. Here comes the throw, but it's offline. He will score. 3-2, they take the lead.
Well, he gets it done in a big spot to get the run across. Just one of those seam high base hits through the infield. He just kind of rolled over on it a little bit, but sometimes those can find a hole and get you a knock.
Jorge Soler up at the plate. Just off the outside edge, and that's ball one.
Well, these Giants doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. And here's a stat for you, Boog. They're making contact with more than 85% of the pitches that they're swinging at. It's pretty special stuff. Not so good if you're out there on the mound.
Next offering is in for a strike. First and second, no outs here in the last half of the third. Fastball for a strike. Going to count 1-2. Kicks and deals.
2-2.
On the ground to the left.
That's foul.
And foul ball. The pitch. Got him swinging.
Now batting.
Now it's Matt Chapman. Doubled his first time up. Off the mark there. And that's ball one.
1 ball, no strike.
Flores, the lead runner out at second. Yastrzemski at first. 1 gone. Wouldn't chase that time.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Two-0. Right through there for a strike. Next pitch in for a strike, and the count is 2-2. Runners at first and second with 1 gone. That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. Two on, 1 out. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. The pitch. Battling here as he fouls it away. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. And he deals. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming.
5 foul balls in a row. I have no idea what that feels like, but you got to love this battle. Just wondering who's going to blink first.
And a pitch. And that's downstairs and outside. And a 3-2. Hammers that one deep left field and forget it. A massive home run. And they tack on to their lead in 6-2. He kept swinging, and it paid off.
Well, that was a battle, Boog, and he just kept taking his cuts. Finally squared one up. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit. Spent on some other pitches in this at bat. Was very patient, and it paid off.
And here comes the Mets manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Jose Quintana will depart. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound. Jake Diekman gets handed the rock out of the pen.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
And here is Michael Conforto. Grounded out his first time.
No,
And
that's
that one
outside.
just misses. A ball and no strikes. One down, base is empty.
Ha!
Strike two.
That pitch started in and
1-2.
ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
That one
2-2.
not close. And it's 2-2. And
Full
another
count.
ball. One out, base is empty. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. And here it comes. That one is absolutely belted. Nimmo going back. And it's caught just in front of the wall.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this, and when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
Swing and a base hit. And that extends the inning.
Well, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Now it's Tom Murphy. And that's outside. Ball one.
1-0.
Here's the pitch. Runner goes.
That's
Strike in there. Throw, save.
1-1.
That's a stolen base.
Well, I'm sure that steal will raise a couple of eyebrows because of this big lead, but I think it's more respect for their opponent, knowing that they've got to continue to add on if they're going to win this game. Don't take it as an offense. Take it as a sign of respect.
And the pitch. And now 1-2. Runner at second, 2 down. And another ball. That's a laser base hit around third. Oh, he throws it away.
Picks himself up an RBI. Just a very nice approach and swing right there to use the big part of the field. Everything was on time. He stayed balanced through the entire swing and just launched that one into center.
Nick Ahmed, the next Giant to hit. First time up, he grounded to third. Pitch
1-0.
misses, and it's 1-0. And a swing and a miss.
This guy's
ball,
got such a
one
good
strike.
sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
One now. That one
2-1.
missed.
He's getting a little frustrated out there on the mound, getting hit around a little bit. Let's see if he can settle himself down.
On the ground to third. To second, pulls him off the bag.
You know, two-out errors are kind of like two-out walks, and sometimes even worse. You know, you think you're out of the inning, but all of a sudden, you got another out to get, and the offense has a great opportunity they're looking to take advantage of and make you pay for.
So up next, Austin Slater. That's a strike. Sliced hard but foul. 2 outs. Couple of base runners at first and second. Here's a rip to short, but he's there for the third out. All in all, 10 come to the plate. They bat around and 5 score. 3 innings complete. It's the Giants 7 and the Mets 2. New inning getting started. At the plate, Brett Beatty. The wide to kick the pitch. To the right side. Flores
He's
steps
out.
on the bag. 1 up, 1 down.
Up next for the Mets, the right fielder, DJ Stewart.
And next for the Mets, DJ Stewart. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike 1. Movement in the bullpen. Eric Miller getting ready to come in for Bob Melvin. That's in there, and the count is 0-2. The Giants leading by 5. Top half of inning number 4. Backed off the plate that time. And that's in the dirt. Right side, and it goes just foul. And it skips in the dirt. Hammered down the line. Could be extra bases. Now he turns and heads for second. The throw in. And that's a 2-bagger.
Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ballgame.
One out, runner at second. Jeff McNeil stands in. A double and a run scored his first time up. In the air, right side. Soler gets under it. And puts the squeeze on that one. Out number 2.
The center fielder, number 44, Harrison Bader.
Harrison Bader up now for the Mets. He struck out swinging at his first at bat. And it's fouled away. Stewart at second with 2 down. That's in there, and the count is 0-2.
0-2.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Two outs. Caught him looking for the K. Mets leave one. They're down 5. It's 7-2. Back here at Oracle Park, and now Wilmer Flores. As the lefty gets to work, there's the strike. Just missed.
1-1.
Swing and a pop-up foul at a play off to the right side. That'll find the stands. Swing and a high fly ball deep left field. Nimmo going back on it. Pulls it in on the warning track.
Designated hitter number 5.
Next is the designated hitter, Mike Yastrzemski, 1 for 2. Mike Yastrzemski, originally drafted by the Orioles, 14th round out of Vanderbilt in 2013. The Giants got him in March of 2019. And San Francisco's really where he got a shot to play. Pulled down the line. This one hammered, but it's foul.
They're only on that fastball. I'm sure the pitcher taking a note. Look for an off-speed pitch on this next one.
Base is empty, 1 away. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Line drive, hauls it in for the out.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
2 outs, base is empty. Stepping in, the long ball threat, Jorge Soler. And the pitch is outside, ball 1. Kicks and fires. And the slider just misses. That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. And a pitch. Right field, down the line, and that one slices foul. Two down, nobody on.
Full count.
And there's ball 4.
Take your base.
Boog, do you think you could draw a walk in the bigs if we gave you enough at bats?
Oh, that's a good question. I think that if they gave the pitcher a full scouting report on me, yes, I think I could draw a walk. In the air, right field, pretty well struck. Stewart going back on this one. It bangs off the wall. Coming home. He'll score. It's 8-2. and his hot hitting continues.
They kept him in the yard that time, but all he's doing now is passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this guy.
And in scoring position with 2 away. Michael Conforto will climb in. And first offering is fouled off. Man on second, 2 down. And a big swing and a miss.
Ooh, Baya.
No ball.
You got to remember to take
Strike.
the donut off the bat, partner.
Left-hand batter waits. And 1-2. That's down and in. Man at second. To the right side, Alonso. He'll do it himself. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. So 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and a runner left. We're headed to the 5th. It's the Giants 8 and the Mets 2. We're back, and there's a new arm on the mound to start the 5th. Eric Miller.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs and kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
Omar Narvaez getting ready to hit. Singled and drove in a run his first time through. The pitch.
Well, every pitcher wants run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some guys. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse.
Now this one's stroked to right center, and that should be extra bases. And that's a leadoff double.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
So the lineup flips over. Brandon Nimmo up now for the Mets. That one ripped. Soler raging back towards the wall. Won't get to this one. It drops foul. The pitch.
No.
Oh, he doesn't get the call. And it's 1-1. Now a high fly ball out to left center. Slater gets under it. And it's caught for the out. So a man aboard.
Number 6.
Now it's the
Designated
DH,
hitter.
Starling Marte.
Marte.
In there, and it's 0-1.
No ball. 1 strike.
Ripped into right center, and that should be extra bases. Around third. He scores, and it's 8-3. In safely with a double, his second of the day.
He has had such a good day today. I don't think he's going to want to leave when it's over.
Couple of doubles today for the DH. Man at second with 1 away. Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. Strike on the inside corner. Man at second.
Ball.
Pitch misses. Ball 1.
Well, he's so great about hitting the ball the other way. He gets those arms extended. So right there, just trying to straighten him up a little bit so he doesn't have as much outside plate coverage.
And that one is inside. One run across in the frame so far, and we're at the top of the 5th. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. And now the lefty. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's 2 down.
Now batting, the first baseman, Pete Alonso.
And here is Pete Alonso. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. Ball 1, no strikes.
1 ball, no strike.
That one hammered center field. That's back there. And that one is out of here. That was blasted to the moon. It's his 8th home run of the year. It's 8-5. That was blasted.
Absolutely, no doubt off the bat. When you're working with this kind of velocity, so critical that you move the ball around, work quickly, and make sure that you keep that hitter off balance. Clearly not fooled by the location or the velocity. He was all over that fastball.
So the Giants with a new pitcher on the hill, Jordan Hicks.
Well, good luck against this guy. He's been extremely tough to hit this year. His numbers are excellent.
Brett Beatty will hit next. He's already homered here in this one. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Hicks, 27 years old, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. Right-hander kicks, deals. Now 1-1. Two outs. And downstairs.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Right-handed reliever. Swing and a line drive, base hit out of the center field. And that keeps the inning alive.
Showed some really nice patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count. Absolutely smoked that baseball. What a swing. Sent it out way faster than it came in, of course. 113 off the bat, and no matter where you hit it at that speed, it's tough to make a play on.
Stewart up for the 3rd time here. Watches that one miss. And another ball.
Oh, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
Here comes a pitch. That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. The pitch. In the air, pretty deep out to center field. And that is that. But they strike for 3 in the inning. 2 on this 2-run home run. It's now an 8-5 ball game. You're dialed into the show. Back now to start the bottom of the fifth, and taking over on the mound, Sean Reed-Foley.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Tyro Estrada to the plate.
For the Giants, the second baseman, Tyro Estrada.
The wind and the pitch. Gets the slider in there for a strike.
Well, these Giants, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. Everything seems to be clicking, and the 6 extra base hits in the game kind of tells you everything you need to know. They're not getting fooled up there at all.
And ball 1. Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase.
Well, at that velocity, if that's all you're seeing, 88, you can handle that all day long. That's what you get in batting practice. But off the velocity of the fastball, that is a very tough pitch to adjust to.
Stewart makes the catch, and there's one gone.
The catcher, Tom Murphy.
Here's the catcher, Tom Murphy. Swings through that one.
0-1.
One down, base is empty.
No, that's a ball.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. And the right-hander deals.
Ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. And there's 2 down.
No, that slider down and away. It's just kind of a slow death. With 2 strikes, you're looking to protect. And halfway to the plate, you know you've committed, and you know you're going to have no chance of touching it. Tell you what, sometimes you just have to tip your cap.
Nick Ahmed, the next Giant to hit.
No,
and a good
that's
eye
a
there.
ball.
That's right, good eye.
Two down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. And there's the strike.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front. So off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
1-2 here. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. And the righty deals.
2-2.
The shortstop takes the ball.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
Upstairs.
Full count.
The wind of the pitch. Lifted in the air, right center field. Bader racing over to make the catch. All set for the top of the 6th. And stepping in for New York, Jeff McNeil. It's amazing. We get a chance to talk to a lot of opposing managers. This guy scares managers on the other team as much as anyone.
And he gets to fly beneath the radar with the other more recognizable names in this lineup.
The 1-0. Wouldn't chase that time.
That's a really
Two
good
balls,
take right
no
there.
strike.
Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
Ripped on a line. Slater makes the play, and there's one down. Harrison Bader now at the plate. There's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And a foul ball. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top half of the 6th. On the inside corner for a strike. One down, base is empty. Right through there, got him. 2 away.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his 3rd strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
Smoked on the ground, a second. Over to first.
Out.
And the Mets go 1, 2, 3. Nothing doing here this half. Top of the order due up in the home half of the 6th. It's the Giants 8 and the Mets 5. Back here in San Francisco, John Shelby with Chris Singleton in the booth, and leading off the bottom of the 6th, Austin Slater. The right-hander back to work.
Ball.
Up and in, and that
1
is
ball.
ball
No
1.
strike.
And a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
He was all over that one. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch he could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
Next to hit, Wilmer Flores. And it was a homer back in the 1st inning that got his day started at the plate.
Yeah, Boog, a 2-run blast. His fans were just still getting into their seats here at the ballpark. So if you showed up late to this one, you missed out on a big moment early on.
That one finds the zone. 0-1. And that's in for a strike.
0-2.
Not close with that one. 1-2 the count. Nobody out. Runner at first. And there's a ball.
2 balls. 2 strikes.
And now it's filled up.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
At the belt and fires. That one ripped right center field. Way back there. Gone. Another homer. His 2nd home run of the game, and they add a couple more. It's 10-5.
Impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. And there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that, and probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel, and he got great extension on the follow through to drive it out of here.
Yastrzemski stands in now and watches strike 1. Here's 0-1. Right through there for a strike.
Absolutely frozen on that heater right down the middle, and that's a pitch you're just not getting back. Now he's in a tough spot, especially after falling behind on a good first pitch.
Oh, and he hit him. He had 2 strikes on him, and he hit him. Jorge Soler, the next Giant to hit. And that's off the inside edge. And that's ball 1. Nobody out with a pair of runs across in the frame here in the bottom of the 6th. That misses the zone, and a count 2-1. The pitch, runner on the move. That one hammered, but pulled foul. Next offering way off the plate. Gets a piece and stays alive. Yastrzemski gets his lead at first with nobody out. Line drive to short and caught.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
And here is Matt Chapman, 3 for 3 with a homer and 2 doubles. Out towards right center field, sizes this one up. He's got it.
The left fielder, number 80, Michael Conforto.
The batter will be Michael Conforto. That misses the zone. 1-0. Two outs. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. But they get the out at first, and that'll do it for the inning. The Giants strike for a pair as you get another look at the 2-run dinger. It's down to 5 at 10-5 now. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. We go to the top of the 7th. Now the left fielder, Brandon Nimmo. And a pitch. Ball 1 there. Action in the San Francisco bullpen. Taylor Rogers getting ready to come in for Bob Melvin. Rogers getting loose as well. Now this one's crushed down the line. Hooking. Foul ball. And he grounds one to the right side. Estrada sends it to first. That's the first out, the top of the 7th.
Now batting, designated hitter, Starling.
Here's Starling Marte. 3 for 3's doubled twice and single.
That's foul.
He swings and fouls one off. The Giants leading by 5 here in the top half of inning number 7. chopped left side. Tosses across to first. 2 up, 2 down.
The batter, the shortstop, Francisco.
Now up to hit, Francisco Lindor. Just missed. Bounce to the right. And that one finds its way through. And that keeps the inning going.
He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock. And you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
So 2 down. Next is the cleanup hitter for the Mets, Pete Alonso. Right through there for a strike. Two outs. Up the middle. They get the force, and that will end the inning. Starting to run out of outs as they're unable to chip away. 7th inning stretch time. It's the Giants 10 and the Mets 5. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Sean Manaea.
And he's been really shutting down hitters from the right side of the plate this year. Not a lot of hard contact, not a lot of hits, period.
Now it's the second baseman, Thairo Estrada. 1 for 3. As he turns on the rubber, and with that good live arm delivers. Beatty gathers and throws to first. 1 up, 1 down.
Up next,
really nice job to get your first out of the ball game.
Now the catcher up to hit, Tom Murphy.
With this kind of lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
That one pushed foul. And a pitch. Close, but call the ball. And the count even 1-1. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Drew Smith up and loosening in the pen. 1 down, base is empty.
Ball 2.
That one missing inside.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
There's a line drive to left field. Tracks it down for the out. 2 down.
Now batting, shortstop.
So 2 down now, and here is Nick Ahmed. And there's a strike.
No ball. 1 strike.
2 down, nobody on. Here at the bottom of the 7th. That one called a strike. 0-2 now.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
That misses, and the count is 1-2.
Well, he missed badly with that 0-2 fastball. Hitter has to understand, probably wants to try to put him away with that pitch, so got to stay ready for it.
Here's a 1-2. That one missed. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And that turns the lineup over.
Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Giants lineup. Austin Slater, the next Giant to hit. There's a strike. Ahmed off of first with 2 away. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
He finds himself in a tough situation early. Just got to try to simplify it. Take a knock the other way if you can.
And here it comes. Got him looking, and he did not like the call. So the Giants leave 1. They still lead it, though, 10-5. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Taylor Rogers.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Brett Beatty up now for the Mets.
The third baseman, Brett Beatty.
As the lefty gets to work. That's down and in. Rogers goes 6 feet 3 inches. He throws a slurve, a sinker, and occasionally uses a cutter. Left-hand hitter waits. That one off the mark. It's 2-2.
2-2.
And he deals. On the ground, right side. Flores on to first. And that's 1 away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th.
Now batting, right fielder,
DJ Stewart up now for the Mets. And that's in the dirt. Signs of movement in the Giants bullpen. Luke Jackson up and throwing. The Giants leading by 5, and we're in the top of the 8th. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Now he'll turn for second. The throw in. And he's got his second double of the game.
The batter.
That's a good sound coming off the bat, man. And as he connected out front and ripped it into the outfield, that's one of those swings where you just don't even feel the ball hit the barrel. That's a pure stroke.
Jeff McNeil up now for the Mets. Out to short, into the outfield, base hit, around third. Now a long throw home. The tag, and he's in there.
Well, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. Just a simple ground ball the other way. They had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
They hand the ball over to a new arm, Tyler Rogers. He last pitched 2 days ago. Harrison Bader up now for the Mets. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
Just missed.
Last 2 pitches have been down in the zone. Pitcher clearly trying to get that ground ball double play. But in this count, he's going to have to give in, elevate his pitches, and get back into this at bat.
He swings and hits a fly ball center field. Slater gets under it. Hauls it in for the out.
The catcher, number 2, Omar Narvaez.
Man at first. So up next for New York, Omar Narvaez. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
Wow, just a beautiful backdoor slider right there. If you've got any chance of hitting that pitch, you have to wait until the absolutely last millisecond. Just a tough pitch to hit and not an easy one to throw either.
On the ground to first, Estrada. That ends the frame. But they pick up one run on the RBI single. It's now a 4-run game at 10-6. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Drew Smith. And digging in for San Francisco, Wilmer Flores.
The first baseman, Wilmer Flores.
The pitch.
No,
Inside, just missed. Swing and a miss as he was late.
Now there's a certain point where you have to commit to what you think you see, and he guessed wrong right there. Nasty slider with just terrific bite at the end.
2-1.
That misses the zone, and that's ball 2. And the pitch. And that one lifted in the air center field. Bader should have it. And there's one away.
Now batting, the designated hitter,
Mike Yastrzemski, the next Giant to hit. There's a strike, 95 of that one. Base is empty, one away. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Swing and a line drive curling foul down the right side. The 0-2.
1-2.
Rarely will you see a pitcher just waste a pitch like that. The batter wasn't even tempted to swing. Every pitch needs to have a purpose so that it can set up a following pitch to help you get that out.
Lace down the line, could be extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. And he'll pull in there with a stand-up double.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Jorge Soler digs in now. First
1-0.
offering misses badly for ball 1. Man at second. Swinging a foul over the screen and back out of play. Foul back our way, and that's out of play. Righty delivers. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Slider got him for strike 3.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Here's Matt Chapman. Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone.
1 strike.
Here comes the 0-1. Wouldn't
Ball.
chase that time.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Man on second, 2 down.
Ball.
And another ball.
Not really attacking on the mound in this at bat. All breaking balls, so that makes me think they're not really wanting to challenge him here.
Two outs.
D-Rod.
Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. The pitch. That one way outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Out towards right center field. That gets down for a hit. They extend their lead as the runner scores from second. It's 11-6.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Pitch was in and off the plate. So hard to do anything with the pitch in that location, but somehow he got the barrel to it and hit it well. Pretty amazing.
Taking over on the mound for the Mets, Reed Garrett.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
And up next for the Giants, Michael Conforto. 0 for 4 with 3 ground outs and a flyout. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1. Chapman, the runner at first with 2 gone.
Ball.
And takes low for ball 1.
1-1.
Kicks and fires. Swing and he breaks his bat. That's a foul ball.
Very dominant with that fastball inside. Hitter's going to be conscious of that. Now you have the outer half of the plate to work with out there on the mound.
Now a screamer into the outfield. Stewart makes the catch, inning over. But the RBI single pushes across a run. Last chance coming up here for the Mets. And we're back. All set to start the 9th in this one. Here's the Mets leadoff man, Brandon Nimmo. And a pitch. Edge of the zone for a strike, and it's 0-1.
Calling at bat can be a little bit of a dance. Strike 1 here, but a few more pitches. We'll see how it turns out.
Right-hander kicks, deals.
1-2.
Way inside, gets out of the way. Right side, hard hit. Flores takes it himself, and the leadoff man retired here in the 9th.
Designated hitter, Marte.
Starling Marte up now for the Mets. Breaking ball inside. Ball 1. One down, base is empty.
Ball
And another ball.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Here's a 2-1. And a foul ball. Righty to the plate. Swing and a ball ripped out towards right center field. That'll touchdown for a hit. Around first, heading for 2. Around second now, going for 3. And he's into third. Have a game. That's his 4th hit.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. He didn't smoke that ball, but he didn't have to, man. When you're working the ball gap to gap, there's so much open space out there. So I think that knock was all about his approach and that willingness to just let the ball get deep on it.
One down. Now it's going to be Francisco Lindor. First pitch just misses. One away with a runner at third here in the top of the 9th. Here's the strike. Not even close there. 2-1. Right-handed reliever. Out to short. Ahmed. Throws across the diamond. There for the out. Runner scores from third.
Well, a run comes across the score right there, but defensively, when you have a lead like this late in the ball game, you're counting outs. Nice job of simply just trading a run for an out.
Alonso stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball.
Strike.
And another ball.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
2 down, nobody on. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. A gigantic blast. He's done it again. His 2nd homer of the game. And they cut into the lead. It's 11-8. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I can feel that swing from the booth.
Let's break out the StatCast numbers. At Singy, it tells us this home run was projected at more than 450 feet.
Yeah, and not many players can hit home runs as far as this one. That's a special feeling, and I'm sure he was giggling a little bit as he was jogging around the bases. That was one heck of a swing he put on the baseball.
New arm out of the bullpen, Camilo Doval.
Save opportunity for him right here, and he's their guy. Time to lock this one down and get out of here with the W.
And now Brett Beatty right through there for a strike. Yeah, the pitch is in for a strike. And it's 0-2.
Quickly into an 0-2 count. Both pitches were down in the zone. I think you set your sights a little bit higher because you'll have.
That's the ball game.
Nice work out of the bullpen for that first MLB win, Berg. They turned to him when they didn't have the lead. He kept things steady, and he's rewarded with the W.
And your final 11-8. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
First for the victorious Giants, 11 runs on 14 hits. No errors, they left 7 runners on base. For the Mets, 8 runs on 15 hits. 1 error, they left 6 runners on base.
When I see you on the street,
Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 56 minutes.
it gets weak.
Thank you for joining us here this evening. We remind you to please drive home safely.
To me so